Okie dokie. Tape is rolling. Quick click. Hi, Tina. Okie dokie. Quiet on the set. Getting ready to go live on the radio. Zoom Room Video Communications brought to you by the BMC.
And the oracle foretold 2 idiots would misinterpret the news. Welcome to lunch with Jack and Last Show. They can't read Avatar. Welcome to lunch with Jack and Last Show, where nobody knows what the hell is going on.
That's right. Nobody knows what the hell is going on. Greetings, everybody. This is Laz, and Jack is, well, you know where he is. He's in a meeting because that's what he gets paid the big bucks for. But hopefully he will be with us soon here on a awesome Friday, right here inside and outside Shroud Avatar. It is Friday, November 20th, 2020, right here inside the game. And outside the game, release 84 happened yesterday. We were covering some release notes and other things. And of course, Chris made an appearance over at Silver Tree Consortium yesterday afternoon. I got a couple clips for you for that. Ahoy, Peanut Gallery. That's right. Hello, Peanut Gallery. Let's open up the first raffle for the Peanut Gallery out there on this awesome Friday. And of course, I gotta let you guys and gals know, of course, if you already don't know, the next week is a short week for us, as we will only be here Monday and Tuesday next week. And maybe Friday. I don't know about Friday, but taking Wednesday, Thursday, possibly Friday. So be ready for that. Be ready to entertain yourselves over the Thanksgiving holiday, because we're probably not going to be here. So just giving you all a heads up on that stuff. But if you're logging in this morning, you probably found out that... Teeny, thank you for the follow. If you logged in this morning, you probably found out there was a patch yesterday. So we're going to jump right out to the patch notes. Don't forget, exclamation, I love free shit. And see what got patched in already on... yes, that's what I'm talking about, this patch. Was there a time 10 a.m. this morning on the 20th? That's right. First patch. Yeah, no problem. That's all right, you fucker. That's why we call you that fucker, Sean. What's up, Sean? How you doing, brother?
Jealous you'd like to fuck her.
But yes, build number 1313. I don't know if that's lucky or not. But Got updated durability issues with crafted items fixed, and data has been migrated to repair items. So if you had one of those funky screwed up durability items, your items should now be repaired. Keyword there is should be. Perennial Coast peasant slippers are now properly attached to male ankles because, yeah, we've had that problem before. I got a couple that I've got to bug report. Bug. Sean! Thank you for the sub. 5 months. Thank you very much. That's going to trigger a giveaway. That's going to trigger a game of marbles. You have a preferred track there, Mr. Sean? Fancy ballroom sinks and fancy kitchen sinks can now be resized. What was that?
Get something strange and weird.
Something strange and weird. Okay, how about we go to a community map for something strange and weird? How about that? Something we haven't done. We'll hit more and open up a whole bunch of community tracks. And we will randomly... There we go. Randomly pick one for Sean. Thank you, Sean. Kicking off Fruck Off on Friday. Ms. Waffles Boost Airy Alley. Ms. Waffles Boost Airy Alley. How's that something off the wall for you? Then we're clicking start. Yep, we are. Exclamation play, get in on the action. Exclamation 2 if you want the veiny balls, 3 if you want the disco ball, 4 if you want the radioactive ball, and 5 if you want the Day of the Dead ball. And of course, just exclamation play. Got to change that pumpkin out. It's way past Halloween. But still a cool marble nonetheless. Exclamation I love free shit. While we're counting down 38 seconds left. Gonna jump back over here. Elven Village Home chandeliers can now be hung from the beams. Mist Render moved the access point for the breach to be exactly at its overworld decorations. So the breach now has overworld access. Owl's Head's Morton quest to recover his ledger has been updated to include updated dialogue and journal text, compass markers, and better quest tracking logic. Players in the middle of the quest should be unaffected, but if they feel stuck, they can talk with Morton to help get back on track, I'm sure is what they meant to say there. But here we go. First race of marbles as we head on down the track. I have no idea what this track is all about. Ms. Waffles Boost Airy Alley. So this is going to be interesting as we follow them down the track. And Mika, whoa, that is some funky ass shit. As we watch, Tina drops first, but Mika seems to have the lead. Really, only 5 years got in on this race? Well, this should be fun then. Alright, Mika gets a little bit of a boost. Oh no, Sean got a big boost. I didn't see that. And Sean in for the win as he gets ejected. As I get ejected. That was awful fast. What the heck happened there? Well, let's see if we can... So as soon as you get to the end... Cool ball, Sean. Aldo with 200 bits. Thank you, Aldo. That was definitely a funkadelic race. That's for sure. Sean Paxlayer, I'm sure you've got a mount too, don't you? That's Sean Silverfoot. As we get Sean some scrolls. And Waldo gets us Quotes from Lazarus Long. Thank you, Aldo, for 200 bits. And there you go, Sean. Don't forget to get raffled up because I will be pulling the raffle right after this quote from Lazarus Long. Thanks to Waldo. And let's see what we've got in order for today's quotes. Today's quotes from Lazarus Long. What a wonderful world it is that has girls in it. What a wonderful world it is that has girls in it. I concur. Thank you, Lazarus. And thank you, Aldo. Yeah, it's a pretty cool ball, but it does get a little creepy, doesn't it? I saw that one. All right, we are going to close out the first giveaway for a mystery game key. Let's pick ourselves a winner. Bridge Troll, cause he wants to. 300 bits, thank you. Bax Try, congratulations. You are the winner. MBT, you're gonna get yourself a mystery game key. Key you after I get Bax Try here. And you get to choose a track. Down to the keys. Delving deep. Bax Try's got himself a copy of Moto Racer 4. Bax Try, where are you? Shout out in chat there. Let's see if I can get him from here. Get him. Let's see if that works. If not, I'll have to input it manually. Nope, that didn't work. Ah, there he is. I can get him that way. I can get you that way. I don't know why it's different, but it is. It is. And it's still not working, so screw it. I'll just do it manually. Hate when this happens. X try. There he is. And yes, I've sent you keys before, so I know that's you. Very cool. Very cool. Bridge Troll. Let's see what Bridge Troll's got himself a copy of. Bridge Troll's got himself a copy of Reventure. Reventure. And he says track number 45. A Bridge Troll I know is up here top of the list, so he's easy to find. Here he goes. As we jump on over to track 45. Once we load up 45, I will get back to the patch notes. As we get back to the normal racetracks. 45 to Twisting Tumble. Exclamation. Play to get in on the action. Exclamation. I love free shit to get in on the next giveaway. Thank you, Bridge Troll. And stucco 3-story row homes. You can get in, by the way. Marbles is going. Exclamation play to get in. While I go ahead and get the rest of these patch notes. Exclamation play on my side because Jack's not going. Stucco 3-story row homes now have deco surfaces on the ceiling of the first floor. Texture of the crafted small cabinet now better matches the crafted large cabinet. Texture of the small dark cabinet now better matches the large dark cabinet. Airy, both blacksmiths will never automatically open their merchant window if a character is on a specific stage of the Bone Steel Dagger quest. Apparently there was a problem there. Corrected a typo in all mount store entries. Replaced in with on. Created frame map of Adoris. Created recipe of a frame map of Adoris. Recipe has a 5% chance to drop from fawns. And the Corpian chair is now dyeable. Yay that. As we get ready, as we head on down the blue hole. Good luck, everybody. Let's get on down here. We want to go down, not up. There we go. There we go. Adrox likes going into the hole. Deep into the hole. Alright, it says Cleo dude's in the leave one side, Eve Midnight on the other side. Let's see who comes out the bottom. Oh, Cleo dude just popped right on out the bottom. As we get all caught up here, Tina slides on through. Saying, screw you guys, I'm getting out of here. Irish eyes and Botox swapping paint. Tina running away with it, it looks like. And congrats, Tina. Tina, I'm also gonna make the assumption that you've got a horse too. Congrats, Tina. We get you some scrolls. All right, make sure you're all raffled up here. Because we're gonna get back to the news. I got a couple video clips. I got a couple things to show you. But first, we're gonna go ahead and pull this raffle, and then we'll reset it. All right, closing the giveaway, picking ourselves a winner. And Irish Eyes, congratulations. You are the winner. Shout out in chat. Actually, I don't think you need the shout out either. I think you're pretty high on the list over here where I can find you. Plus, I know how to spell your name. Which is probably, you're not that high on the list. There she is. Let's see what Irish Eyes has got herself a copy of. Fahrenheit, the Indigo Prophecy Remastered. Congratulations, Irish Eyes. There we go. All right, let's reset that. And next, raffle is now open. You can go ahead and get yourself raffled up. You never know if you'll be the next person who's going to win a mystery game key right here on NBNN. It is Fruck Awesome Friday. It's the end of the week. Turkey Week is coming up next week. But before we get to the videos, I want to remind you all that happening later on today in Shroud of the Avatar, we're going to be having Friendsgiving featuring live music by the Graceful Bard, a turkey pet giveaway, raffles, and more happening tonight at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time out of Eleanor's village lot. I always mess up her name. Out in Immortal City. So if you want to get some pre-Thanksgiving fun on with Friendsgiving out there with the Graceful Bard, don't forget that's happening tonight at 5 p.m. And of course, Graceful Bard, always entertaining, so don't forget to go check her out. But let's see, where are we moving on to next? Let's get to a couple video clips before we get to some more release notes and other stuff. Yesterday, Chris was out visiting with Silver Tree Consortium, and let me see how I titled this. I forget the exact wording I used on this. Scroll back, scroll back, scroll back. On the UI and frame rate, there have been in the discussions, of course, about all the tickers and all that stuff, and having your UI on while you're out in scenes like Upper Tiers, and yeah, well, finally admits that it's actually a problem, but also is working on a fix for the problem. Plus a couple other things. So this first clip, I believe, is about 5 minutes. So bear with me. Let me make sure I've got the volume levels turned up everywhere so you guys don't. And we're gonna roll this here. So hang on.
Going on. Yeah, just try turning off your UI for a minute and seeing what the difference is in performance. It's huge.
Yeah, and I've noticed it even when not in a large group, actually. Like, there are certain times in certain areas where, like, I'll start getting stuttering, and I know immediately just turn that off, and it cleans right up until I'm out of that zone. So it just makes combat really hard, not being able to see what you're doing. But all right, so on a similar note, so this was brought up earlier this stream before you got on. Utility bars changing with decks. So currently we have multiple decks. We can swap between them, and we have a utility bar which stays the same. Someone brought it up, and I think it's a decent idea. Maybe create a selector or an option for me. Like, my bar doesn't really change. It's always been basically the same thing because I don't have that much stuff that I would put down there anyways. But others, obviously, they have multiple things they'd like down there, and then they're limited. I think limiting is good, but what if when you swap to a new deck, now you get a new set of utility slots that you can populate with different stuff or the same stuff.
Yeah, and we've talked about whether we want to tie it to the deck or not, just because that's one of those things. Again, if you throw out any idea, like half the people will violently be in favor of it and half the people will be violently against it. So that would be one that would change for a lot of people. Maybe a simple one, people to work around it. But we may do rather than having it tied to the deck, just doing like an up arrow, down arrow type thing, so you can scroll through multiple, basically sets of them that you can do. But yeah, I mean, that's one of those things I'd love to get feedback from you guys on that and see what people in the audience out there think. And again, sometimes we know we get a lot of pushback on things. Just anytime we talk about changing stuff, no matter how bad it is, because that's kind of right now the other thing I've been looking at is redoing the targeting stuff and trying to fix the targeting stuff, improve the targeting stuff. It is. It really needs to happen, but it's also one of those things people have gotten used to how it works now, where it's clunky and you got to double click on stuff and it's really hard to select things. And
Nobody's ever
we'll
said
see.
that.
But anyways, I know it's going to result in some people being angry because it doesn't work exactly how it used to, because they've gotten used to the badness for 5 years, and so now it seems the normal.
Right. And so I think that's another good point to bring up is, like, people get so used to coping with a terrible system that, and I'm not trying to down the system, but
you're
there
right.
are some
It's
issues,
a terrible
and
system.
and they, they get so used to that. And then when you make the change, because we're so resistant to change, now they're up in arms because they changed it.
And worse, the other option, which we've done a dozen times for things, is then we're like, okay, well, we really need to change it because, it costs us new users. And I think everybody out there wants more players in the game, especially us. So, but having a system like that is, once you're used to it, it's tolerable. But for a new player coming in who's used to, WoW or whatever, they come in and they're like, oh, this is horrible and clunky, and it costs us users. So we want to get that fixed for the new users, but not, piss off the old users.
Sure. Well,
So in the past,
All right. So I don't know, but a few guys and gals have been in. It wasn't UT, it was the UI, Tina, that we're talking about. And of course, in the UI, when you're out in any scene, the UT, um, uh, East Reach Gap, when you're in a party and all those timers are ticking, those are eating up your frame rate and all those things. And people have reported it. And he's like, oh, it's not doing that bad. It's not doing that bad. Well, yeah, it's doing that bad. And again, players were spot on what was causing a lot of that inherent lag with that. But the targeting system, first time in 6 years that yeah, well, we've been hammering you on the targeting system, and that's been my main hang up with this whole game is the combat targeting system since day one has been my complaint. So thank you for addressing it. Thank you for admitting that it's a crappy system and it needs a lot of love. And yes, B, people are coping with it and have learned to live with it. It needs to be fixed. So. Yes, and I'm all for the alternate deck down here. That's whether it's tied to your existing deck system here. I would like to see an up down arrow like he had mentioned, so that if you wanted to just hit up and down to change those would be your maybe your buffs or depending on what you're doing. But that's long overdue as having an additional utility bar down there, to play with in the 10. And that's something that yeah, just completely copy WoW, right? Yeah, Eve Midnight, another one. Yeah, wish we could tag targets in a party. So yes, absolutely. Targeting has been clunky for years, and finally, great to see that being fessed up to finally. No, the targeting system's great. Combat system's great. Yeah, no, targeting system's been wonky since day one, and I'm happy to see that it's going to get a revamp. And yes, it's going to tick off a bunch of people. We know how that works around here. It's a 50-50 world in Shrouded Avatar if you haven't been here long enough. And yeah, that's the way it is. We are passionate about our game, and some people are passionate one way, some people are passionate another way. I'm passionate about being able to hit whatever the fuck I target. That's what I'm really passionate about. Not getting hit by targets that shouldn't be hitting me, and of the like. So glad to see that he's going to be looking at that as one of his next features. Which will bring us to the next clip. So let's go ahead and roll this next clip real quick. Because, again, a lot of you folks, and I think this is really appropriate. I think maybe this is something they should look at doing from here on out with these short releases every year. With the short releases, they should just make them bug fixes. But let's roll this next clip and we'll move on from there.
Deal with it.
Nice.
This release probably is going to be another release where there'll be a few things that are going to get done in terms of new content. Like I think at least one totally new scene will get done. And a few other things, but it's going to be mostly another bug fix release just because the holidays are crazy even in normal years.
Right.
And I think it's going to be, this one actually may be a more sane holiday because I think most people on the team are staying home, not going anywhere for the holidays for a change. So
right.
We'll see, but it's going to be mostly bug fixing, polish, quality of life stuff. I think I showed some screenshots on my stream last week of the terrain, the terraforming stuff for pots, and I think I'll probably try to wrap up the last couple issues in that, or just accept that there's going to be some minor exploits that players can do. I mean, again, if people already know there's some minor exploits you can do in decoration stuff, so this would kind of fall in that same thing. But it'll be something only the governors would do. So if the governors want to make their town look a little wanky, we'll just allow that. So
okay, here's one next question in line. Some of these are like these first ones have been basically that were brought up earlier today. some of these are like carryovers from our last interview, what I didn't get to. And then there are a couple that we talked about, you answered, but I just want to get a follow up and see, where we're at on certain things. This one, when we were on our last interview, we were talking about frame rates, and you said turn on GPU occlusion, and I turned on GPU occlusion, and I was completely clueless as to why. I said, I remember turning that off for some reason, and I actually know why.
Yeah.
And it's because it causes things to disappear and or reappear at random, or seemingly at random. So, and I have evidence of that, video evidence. If you need to see it, it's pretty easy to reproduce. You just turn it on and start running around in a heavily decorated area, and things just kind of pop out of existence and pop back in as you. It's like if you're turning or if you're running past something, and so I don't know if you're aware of that, but
Yeah, and it's one that's actually something I can control. It's a matter of how often it's basically looking to see what things should be occluded and not occluded. It's kind of one of the performance tweaks on it. And I've seen that before. I had it set to a point where I thought it was good enough, and it caused like pretty minor glitches. But there's sometimes where the minor glitches are really visible. I know, like in dungeons and some other places.
well, when trees start disappearing, like right next to you, that's a little disconcerting. But I just thought I'd mention it because I remember you were like, turn occlusion on, and it did, it helped. But then as soon as the interview was was over, stuff just started disappearing. I'm like, now I remember why I turned that off.
I can turn up the accuracy level on that. Again, it's one of those things where I've got knobs for it to control how precise it is. And I thought I had it picked at a spot that was pretty good, gave good performance, but didn't have that bad of visuals. But if you're seeing some bad visual stuff, then I can definitely turn that up.
Yeah, I think that would be good. When you do that, make a post or just tag a note on Twitter or something so that we know, and then I'll
You
throw it
think?
back on and I'll run around with it and just see how it works.
And I
Um,
guess the other reason why I probably should turn that up is we're largely CPU bound,
There it
just
is.
because of the nature of Unity and largely a single threaded engine for far too much of the engine. And that is that GPU occlusion is GPU based. And so it's just extra work on the GPU. So definitely
Yeah.
offloading.
And that's what we wanted to get to. Is we're CPU bound, so yes. Is for those of you running them fancy schmancy video cards having problems, it's not your video card. So, but the one thing I did like in that, of course, that this is going to be a bug release, but one of the other features that we've heard about for the POT owners is a terraforming system that's coming in, and hopefully we're going to see that coming up this release. Keeping fingers crossed on that because there's a lot of places I'd like to be able to smooth, level, and just do some stuff with. And of course, gotta love Classic Chris. It may be a little wonky, but we're gonna let it go because only the governors are gonna get to dick with their own towns, and that's what they got to live with. So I like that attitude at certain times. But anyway, moving right along. And there was plenty more. That was just a couple clips I got from yesterday's that I thought we would share. But especially on, again, I mean, I can't say how long it's been. Yeah, Tina, they've tried, and again, I know you followed it. I don't have to tell you that, other big name guys who are using Unity are running into the same problems, and they've gone to Unity, and Unity's, shrugging their shoulders like, listen, what do you want us to do? Figure it out. What Unity's doing is pay us for the source code and you can fix it yourself. That's what Unity's doing. It's a stick-up job. But anyway, that's another story. That's another story in itself. Yeah, behind the scenes. A lot of people don't know how that works either. So, yeah. Well, Yeah, well, I bet you would. Back in the day, I would have loved to have taken advantage of my fancy schmancy Titan with 12 gigs of memory that, would be doing all sorts of fucking running rings around shit if it wasn't CPU bound to the first processor. Yeah, I'd like to take advantage of the other 8 cores that I've got available, as well as the, video card, but no, 1 core and some video, yeah. More memory, more memory. You have problems? SSD, stuff your machine with memory. Best advice I can give somebody for this game. Of course, a decent video card always helps, but that's beside the point. Anyway, moving right along. Yesterday we were covering release notes, and we were at World and Miscellaneous Changes when we left yesterday, so we're going to jump on over to that. And we had told you about this one. This was lighting effects for the towns. Lighting was upped by what we say 15%. They say 50%. Holdfast up from 30 to 45, and Terralopolis up from 300 to 415. I don't know if you can call that 50%. Can you? I guess it is. 15% of 30. Yeah, okay. 50%. Sorry. That's what it was. 50%. And Morton's quest to recover his ledger was improved dialogue, and everything was put in. And as you, if you recall hearing earlier, that was a little buggy. They fixed that again today. So that should be functional now. Should be is the key word. So keep your eyes out for that if anybody's still working on that quest. Changes to the player economy, in-game items, and crafting patched into R83 will go live at 84 or shortly thereafter. Conversationalists, the character limits for all premium conversationalists have been increased 50% from 100% from 10k to 20k. That's cool. Snowballs can now be used as decoration. I still want to be able to hit my guards with them again. The Lord of the Isle emote has been put out, and if you guys have not seen this one yet, it is pretty cool. The Radiate emote. We were playing with it the other day. There is Radiate, R-A. Where you get to float and glow. I guess I should have gotten in a little closer maybe before I did that. New Radiate emote. So if you have a friend who is a Lord of the Isle, go pester them, because the only way you're going to get this is by finding a Lord of the Isle and having them teach it to you. It is not a reteachable emote. Only Lord of the Isles have the Radiate emote. Full and tamed horse turn-ins, new quests, which are not really quests, as we've been covering for the last couple weeks now with the introduction of the mount system, are now in. You can go see Nob, the stable boy, Bordan, Corin, the guy out in Braemar, Corsten, the master trainer out in Desolus, Falcon, the animal trainer in Airy, or Oakley, the stable girl in Brittany Fields, to those turn-ins. And everything is now fully functional. I've tested them all. I've turned them in, and I'm turning in horses regularly as I give them away, stock my vendors, and all that stuff. So, rideable mounts, a thing in game. Some of the things that Chris did mention while we were watching yesterday's stream was that they will be adding functionality to things like mounts slowly but surely as they progress. So expect to be able to see some interactive stuff. You'll be able to maybe check your mailboxes and do other things, open gates, stuff like that, without getting stuck and without getting the message. Better functionality when you can't do something. Instead of just getting a silly message, it'll automatically dismount you the way it should, and of the like. But those are things that are in the works as well. We got the Swordsman Statue. New recipe has been added so players can create an avatar-sized Swordsman Statue. New addition for craftables into the game. Very nice. And you can find that recipe in Airy above the bank on the decoration merchant. New artifacts. New following artifacts are in game. Spurred boots, supple gloves of riding, belt of the dedicated, and obsidian band. Two are mount artifacts. One's a tanking artifact, and one is a magic resistant artifact. New recipe, the female beggar conversationalist. That's Mrs. Jack for you. And we have that on here as well. We'll put that here. Come on. Put her right there. So yes, the new female craftable conversationalist is Mrs. Jack the Lamplighter. And you can create this conversationalist now as well as the Jack the Lamplighter conversationalist. And this can be found out in Xenos. Got to take a trip out to Xenos to the decorations merchant above the bank. And, I thought we learned our lesson. I mean, why are we putting these, on just single merchants? Well, I personally take advantage of it because I know what the merchants are. I buy them up. I put the recipes for sale on my merchants in the world, and people buy them because nobody can find the damn single merchant they need to find that one little recipe. So, helps me, but doesn't help the rest of the world find the recipe. It should be on all the crafting merchants, personally, above the bank. What is a mount artifact? Eve, a mount artifact is spurred boots and supple riding gloves. That's what a mount artifact is. Did I even get in here to show you this? I don't know. I don't know if I actually switched that over, but there's the female beggar. Gekko Improvements. 16 varieties of wall knights can now be placed on the side of other deco. All sorts of improvements have been added into the game. I haven't had a chance to test yet because I've been doing all sorts of other funky stuff with other stuff in game, like crafting the female conversationalist and checking out mounts and other things. So there are all sorts of stuff that can be placed on all sorts of walls now here. So castle walls, fences, deco is enabled for those services. Wall candles can now be placed on exterior walls. 14 varieties of wreaths can now be placed on other decoration items such as walls and fences and as POT decoration, which is very cool. 18 varieties of garland can uniformly be placed on other deco. Same thing. 9 varieties of spider deco. The garden shed. The infamous garden shed stretch goal item that you could just place but you couldn't do anything with is now accepting deco surfaces, so that's cool. 567 items adjusted so they can be placed as deco onto other items such as walls, fences, vertical surfaces, exterior walls, or in player-owned towns. Those items include mailboxes, wall shelves, mirrors, wall webs, wall clocks, kitchen racks, paintings, tapestries, parchments, banners, holiday lights, Mardi Gras garland, and more. All sorts of stuff. So it looks like Elgarian and the team, those guys have been working hard to get, I'm sure that's mostly Elgarian, but 80 varieties of fence pieces have been adjusted to allow for placement as indoor decoration to include basements and dungeons. 249 varieties of trophies can now be placed on walls, fences, player-owned town deco. The list is going on. This is just the beginning of this stuff, folks. 95 varieties of blocks, letters, runic letters can now be placed on other deco surfaces as well, and of course those are resizable. Combat and balance changes happening. changes to combat and balance. The XP increase for high-level elements, elemental bosses, and daemons was increased. Mesmerize. Monster resistance to mesmerize effects were improved. And shadow potions can now be placed onto the combat bar, as everybody was crying that they can make them, but they can't. Combat bar to use them in combat, which is helpful. Need an XVC name? Xena and Xenos? No, artifacts for the horses. I don't know what those are yet. I haven't been out again. I've intentionally stayed away from most of Miss Render, except for just basic exploratory, because again, I want to wait for it all to be finished and do a whole run through of it, and piece by piece by piece, just there's got to be a storyline ending at the end of episode 2. So when it's all put together, then I'll run it. Maybe if I find somebody who, I get an invite out to a place out there, I might take it. But so far, I've avoided going out to episode 2. So, but my other question is riding outfits. Are our riding outfits going to get any special bonuses, or does anybody know? Has anybody checked those out? Did riding outfits that came as stretch goals get mount riding bonuses because they're riding outfits? If not, Econdis, we need to get that into the list of either wish list or bug list, that riding outfits need to be something for riding. Otherwise, what's the sense of having a riding outfit if it doesn't do anything for you except make you look pretty? Dyeing leather. Tina, yeah, that's... forget about just dyeing leather. Dyeing everything. I want to be able to dye this couch. I want to be able to dye my piano if I so wish. I want to be able to dye the mailbox if I want to. I want to be able to dye just about everything. I want to be able to dye the beds. I want to, bed sheets, pillows. I know most of that stuff, well, at least pillows are and stuff, but leather, armor. I should be able to, any top, any bottom, any gloves, doesn't matter. We want dyes. Give us the old-fashioned dye tub. Let us have at it. That's what I want. Haven't heard of what, Econdis? Yeah, I know you haven't heard of it, but that's old school arguments that your admiral's outfit is supposed to give you buffs for when you're sailing, and your riding outfit was supposed to give you buffs for riding. That was old stuff, yeah. So okay, we'll have to wish list it and put a buzz out there in everybody's ears. Very cool. You can dye your hair, can't you? You just can't use the in-game dyes. You have to go to the what is that? New You vendor. I just the New You, really. New You. Yeah, at least in like GTA, you go to the freaking barber and you sit in a barber chair and the barber gives you a new look. You know what I'm saying? Come on. It would be nice if maybe if the vendor was in the New You salon in You, that would make sense, okay? Yes, Econdis, I get it, buddy. I got you. I got you. Yeah, and I'm really surprised that somebody hasn't brought that up yet either. Of course, updated player-owned towns. Some player towns got upgraded. And believe it or not, I was talking to a new player the other day, and the new player was shocked to learn that people pay anywhere from $1,000 to $11,000, $12,000 for their own personal towns. we really got to do something about this. If we're going to get a map system into the game, we really need to get one system now, not 3 and 4 different systems like we've got functioning. You know, or if we're going to have 3 or 4 different systems, they should all function. You know, one or the other. And bug fixes galore. Maybe if we're bored on Monday, we will come and cover all these bug fixes and let you know what's been fixed, because there is a crap ton listed here, and I just don't have time to get into all that today. But yes, crap ton of stuff. And deco surfaces and all sorts of other stuff just getting knocked out, bugs being worked on. So maybe by the time we roll around to the end of the winter holidays and the January 31st release, when is it in January? When is the January release? The January is on the 29th of the month, which is the longest release period of the year between December and January. Hopefully there's going to be a lot of stuff fleshed out between now and then, and we head into the new year 2021. Yeah, geez, 2021. I remember when the year 2000 hit, for crying out loud, and I thought, man, 2021. Fuck me. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. So meanwhile, we got to start wrapping things up here and let you know about a couple of things. So don't forget to check out the NBNN Shroud of the Avatar Community Calendar, which is hosted on nbnn.info and brought to you by shroudmarketplace.com, where you too can get all sorts of great deals on virtual goods out at shroudmarketplace.com. Every Monday through Friday, 12s and 6s around the clock after the noon live show, simulcast live on WRFB. There's lunch with Laz and Jack right here inside the game, outside the game, and you can catch us 5 days a week, except for next week, because we're only going to be here 2 days next week. Maybe. Don't know about the third day. We'll know more next week. Tonight, 7 o'clock, 77 WRFB, 8 p.m., the Beta Novia on Virtue Radio. Also at 8 p.m., The Outlanders with Parson Barr and Vassler. I don't know if they're even doing that show anymore. I got to get in touch with him. 10 p.m., The Record Room. 9 a.m. tomorrow, Echoes from the Caverns. 12 p.m., The Phoenix Republic Meeting. 4 p.m., The Rockin' Power Hour with DJ Mick Foley. PvP EVL Virtue League at 4 p.m. Saturday. 6 p.m. Wild Safari with Twisted Sister. At 8 p.m., The Graceful Bards got you covered. Sunday, rockin' on onto the weekend. Omen Crow starts off the midnight hour with the House of Omen. Strikers Rise and Shine at 9 a.m. on Virtue Radio. EVL Crafting Fair at 10 a.m. on Sunday. Faster and Louder with DJ Dark Lord Selleth Rain at 12 p.m. on Sunday. The EVL Emote and Recipe Swap also happening at 12 p.m. 12:30 p.m. Astronomy Night with Bo and Bloodgood. And last but not least, the PvP EVL's Upper Tiers XP Run, not PvP, XP, happening every Sunday. Don't forget to update your damn calendars, people. Update your calendars. Because I try and do this so that the community has a place to go. There ain't many places to go for information. You're tuned in to Lunch with Laz and Jack, minus Jack today, because Jack's stuck presenting in a meeting and he's all pissed off because he accepted a big-ass sum of money for a job and now he's got to do it. That's what you get, smartass. Love you, man. Yeah, you want to get paid, you got to pay the piper, buddy. But you get paid well enough for it, so miss you. I'll see you on Monday. But thanks to viewers like you tuning in for the last 5.5+ years, keeping us here. We do appreciate you all. No matter how you watch, no matter how you listen, we thank you all and we appreciate it. So thank you for keeping us here. And of course, Bits is the preferred method. You can click the links below. Donate direct, become a patron at patreon.com, or you can get some NBNN swag off the NBNN store at nbnn.info/store, remarkably enough. So don't forget to go check that out. The Britannia Mining Company wants you to go check out Black Rock Cove. Black Rock Cove is located in the Quell region near the town of Exeter and conveniently located next to those mines that you want to be near if you're a crazy, like-minded miner type. So go check out Black Rock Cove today. They've got guild pricing on their guild vendors, which means you'll pay the same price for all the items. If you're looking for silver ore, you're going to pay silver ore prices, the same price, all the vendors, because that's how guild pricing works. You ain't got to worry about the prices. Just look at the guide ticker right down here below me, and those are the prices you can expect to pay on BMC vendors any given day of the week. And of course, if you want to open a shop, you can head on out to Black Rock Cove and make that your home and open up your own shop as well. So go check that out today. WRFB Radio Free Britannia, bringing you the latest news and entertainment 24/7 around the clock, including two idiots interpreting the news so you don't have to, on a little show called Lunch, every day at noon. It's through Friday. Shroudmusic.com for ABC file needs. If you're looking for ABC files for in-game use, go check out shroudmusic.com today. Nothing fancy, just a place to go ahead and share ABC files for the game. Capheus is Wares, one of the many shops out on Shroud Marketplace, but one of the smarter shops because he advertises with us to push his wares right here on NBNN. And you can too. If you want to get yourself advertised here, reach out to me. We've got all sorts of deals we can get you in and on the sponsors list and on the radio. So whatever you want, we can do it here. We can push you all over the place inside Shroud Avatar. But Capheus has got all your wood goods taken care of, and if you need wood goods like pre-cut wood or pre-made barrels or beetle carapaces or wood pulp or anything wood related, go check out Capheus' shop today out at shroudmarketplace.com because he's got all your wood goods covered. And of course, Shroud Marketplace, the place to go for all your virtual vendable goods inside Shroud Avatar, where you too can get just about anything. And I mean just about anything. Everything from accounts, clothing, coinage, crafting, deco, housing, pets, rares, and services. That's right. If you can serve it up, you can list it out at shroudmarketplace.com. Don't forget, check out the best sellers. Best sellers over here on the side is lots of gold, lots of kodos. If you need in-game gold, you need crowns of the obsidians, and you want them cheap, and you just ain't got the time, ain't got the energy, but you need to get something, come check out Shroud Marketplace. Hey, you need some artifacts, dirt cheap, $366 for some artifacts out here, $255 for a demon trident. I mean, that's not too shabby when you considering it's on sale. Ankawala, you name it, it's out here. Two-handed swords, cutlass of the swashbuckler. Everything and anything is available on the marketplace. Services including leveling services, mom's ore refining services, distillery and brewing outfitting services, you name it, it's out here. You can see it all on the marketplace. And of course, don't forget my shop personally, Lazarus Long's wedding services, because it's not just weddings, it's a whole lot more. And if you're looking to get hitched in game, come see me. I've got everything you need, from custom lot design, custom vows, all sorts of attire for your wedding party. You name it, we've got it for your special day out at Lazarus Long's Weddings and more. But meanwhile, it is Fruck Awesome Friday, and it is time for us to wrap it up and get out of here and get on with the weekend, because got some planning to do for next week's Turkey Day. Got to get all sorts of stuff starting to be prepared. Got people all around the house already putting up deco. If you've seen what was going on around me, you'd all laugh. I mean, if I had those cameras on, you'd just laugh to see what's been going on around the whole time this show's going on. You guys would probably, it's like Benny Hill, but anyway, moving right along. Let's go ahead and pull this up. Let's see who's out there, if anybody streaming today that we may go ahead and pass you guys on off to. Oh, we got a few people. We got Wacko, Skeggy, Dulane, and leader of Futura. I don't even know who that is. Somebody new. Maybe we'll dump you on this new guy. See what he's all about. We'll see. Once I get over to the there you go. I got plenty of room in the backyard over here. You can just sleep out back. No problem. I'll put you in the shed. Let's get on over here to get this set up. Gotta get the right windows for the right places. Gotta get the uh-oh. Oh, that's why. Wrong tabs. Hate when that happens. Horse peoples. Yes, we have horse peoples. Yeah, tell me about it. Tell me about it. That's right. At least the shed is decorated now. Okay, we gotta say thanks out there to oh, donor 1, donor 2. Yeah, no, that's not right. Come on. Let's see if that's right this time. Yep, there we go. Ridge Troll and Waldo for the bits today. Helene for the follow and Sean for the resub. Thank you guys and gals for all that today. We do appreciate it, and I love you all. And of course, we'll be back with more after we've closed this giveaway. Pick ourselves a winner. And Adrox, congratulations. Let's see what Adrox has got himself a copy of. He's got himself a copy of Blood, Fresh Supply. Blood, Fresh Supply on Steam. Congratulations, Adrox. $9.99 on Steam. And what is this? I ain't got none of these people on my list. Why is Skeggy not showing up on the list? That doesn't make sense. There he is. We're going to go see Skeggy. So you guys stay tuned for Skeggy's stream. And we'll be back with more tomorrow on Monday right here on NBNN. Till then, I'm Laz. Jack's working hard. And we are NBNN. Have a great weekend, everybody. And we'll see you all on Monday.